Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. Please subscribe. This is the eye look that we're going for today. I wanted it to be a little bit lighter, but it just came out the way it came out. I just kind of freestyled a little bit, kind of went off of an Instagram picture, which I'll explain in the video later. But yeah, if you like this look, then just please keep on watching. For the eye look, I actually got a little bit of inspiration from a YouTuber today. Her name is Alison. And let me just show you. I'm gonna be going a little bit bold today, but you know what? I'm feeling it. I might make it a little more red. Hers is a little more pink, but this is the eyeshadow that I'm going for today. The eyeshadow look. And I just think it's freaking beautiful. I just think it's so cool. It's like blended out really nice and then just like a nice pop of color like right across the lid, and I think it looks so cool. So we're gonna try and recreate that today. No promises. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom in. So I guess we'll just start. I'm gonna be using the Tarte Pro palette, and I'm just gonna be using the shade. Let's go with the shade Bold first to do some of our blending. And I'm just going to be taking this blending brush. I actually have no idea where it's from. Same one that I've been using in most of my tutorials. It's actually from Noelle. She's a sweet lady and gives me free stuff sometimes. But I'm just going to be taking this as like a base layer all over the lid, and I'm just barely touching my eyelid. And I'm making sure to go really high up to the eyebrows and out along the edges, because it's kind of tacky there still from the foundation, so you don't want to get like spotty blotches of shadow when you're using your bolder colors, because this will kind of help like diffuse the colors. That's kind of the purpose of like a base. Is to help you blend out your colors more evenly. Okay, it looks like she's using a darker shade in the crease now. I don't want to go super crazy with the dark shade. Okay, so I'm just going to be using the shade Edgy from this palette. Same thing on this same blending brush. And I'm just going to be kind of dusting across the crease here. Sorry, I'm just picking up my other mirror. Just kind of blending this across the crease and up into the brow bone a little bit. And I'm trying not to get too much fallout because I already have my face makeup done and I don't want to go over again. So now I'm just using that shade Bold again on the same blending brush and trying to diffuse this line between the two. And I'm also going to use a clean brush. This is actually a highlighting brush from Jackie and Lauren. But I kind of use it, make sure it's clean. I kind of use it as a blending brush as well, just because it's nice and big. And you can just quickly like go over any spots that you want blended more. And her crease is a little bit orangey, actually. So I'm going to go in with my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. And I'm going to take, let's see, let's compare. I think I'm going to try and take like this yellow shade, which I think is called Creamsicle. So it's this one right here on the edge. I'm going to be taking that same small blending brush and just put some of that over that dark shade. Trying to go really light. Now let's try and move on to these pink shades. Sorry, I'm going to be using this Jacyln Cosmetics, their eyeshadow brush, which just looks like this on the end. Nice flat brush. And I think I'm going to spray it first. So let's find our spray here. Just give it a little spray. Okay, and then I'm going to be taking the shade Mod, which is this pink shade right here, from the Tartist Pro palette. And we're just gonna put that all over the lid. So I'm saturating both sides of the brush, tapping it off like this, and then carefully pressing it onto the lid. And this is already coming out super patchy. Kind of wish I wouldn't have sprayed that. So I'm just trying like a patting motion instead of rubbing, because I'm trying to avoid fallout as much as possible. And I wish I had a more pink shade, honestly, because this is coming out a lot lighter than how it looks in the actual pan. I mean, it's coming out darker, not lighter. Okay. Gonna move on to the other eye. And I'm just kind of following the actual shape of my eyeball for this. Trying to use less shadow up top, and then we're gonna go over it with this blending brush. And I think I'm gonna actually keep using that creamsicle shade to diffuse the line between the two shadows. What's going on here? Because I want to brighten it up a little bit. It's just coming out kind of dark. And I didn't want dark. I wanted like a nice vibrant pink, which is how it looks in the actual palette, but not in person. So I'm just going to keep using that creamsicle shade. To blend it. Go in with some more of the Mod. Maybe use my finger. And I honestly don't know how I feel about this Tartist Pro palette. I used to love it so much. It used to be the only palette I had for like a year, and then I expanded into other eyeshadows, and now I'm like, wow, this is really patchy. This is really hard to blend. I have a lot of fallout, and I'm very sad about it because I used to love it, and now dipping into like better eyeshadows, it's just not what I thought it was. And that makes me a little bit sad. But you know, what are you gonna do? Okay, so I'm just taking that Mod shade on the blending brush and just going over this a little bit. And then again, just going in with that creamsicle shade. See how nice that looks on this eye? And then this eye is like super, super dark. Sometimes you just get two different eye looks and you don't mean to. There we go, that's lightened it up a little bit. Just rub some of that off. Then I'm just going in with that clean brush. I might actually dip into a little bit of the base shade, the bold shade that we used from the Tartist Pro palette, and go over that edge. Okay. So it's feeling kind of matte. So I'm gonna try and use some of the shimmer shades from the Jaclyn Hill palette. Just trying to reference this Alison girl's picture again, and my eyes look nothing like hers. Nothing like them, because I didn't have a bright shade, a bright shadow. So I think I'm actually going to try and use some of these lighter shades right here and just brighten up this pink a little bit. And shimmer kind of helps you blend easier too. Like, it kind of helps make your eyeshadow blend a little bit better. Whereas like with a matte shadow, you can see like every little imperfection. So I actually really like how this looks with the shimmer shade. And I'm going to try and clean some of this up because I did get a little bit of fallout with Tarte Pro palette and with some of the Jaclyn Hill shimmer shades. So I'm just using that blending brush or the blending sponge that I used with the Healthy foundation from Physicians Formula, and I'm just kind of cleaning this up underneath. I am going to do some lower lash line, but I feel like this was just too far down. I'm just kind of bringing it up to like, I'm just following the line of my bottom lid and just kind of bringing that to a little bit of a point. So I haven't really been using brow products that much. Sometimes I'll actually dip into the Jaclyn Hill palette and use like one of those shades. I actually might try that today. Kind of define my brows just a little bit. I honestly haven't been doing a lot to my brows because I'm trying to let them grow out a little bit more. I kind of semi-destroyed this one by accident. Using a brow shaver, and it was a bad idea. That was like over a year ago and it still hasn't grown back. So I've just been trying to like let them grow, not really trim them that often. Just like use a random shadow for an eyebrow product and then just kind of brushing them out. So I'm just going to use the same lashes that I used in a tutorial like a while ago. I had said I had a lot of trouble with like getting them on, so we'll see how this goes today. But just for past reference, it's the Pro Beauty Essentials Lashes for Days Pro Lash 5 Pack. And this is in the shade, or this is in the style So Natural Black. And these are the lashes. I really like them. It's just like they weren't, I think it's the adhesive that they come with that I don't really care for. Pause. I'll be back for more of this. They're on. Not sure how they're looking on camera. Can you see them? They feel really weird. I don't know, I just still feel like I don't really like the glue that came with them. So, I'm not really sure how I feel about that yet. I'm just gonna do the bottom lash, maybe try a little lipstick, and then we're done. Okay, so I'm going to be using this little angled brush that I used for, that I used for my eyebrows, and I'm just going to be taking that Mod shade again, and I'm just going to pack this, oops, just going to pack this under the bottom eyelash. Just kind of packing that on, and I might bring it out just a little bit, just flicking that end out. Just kind of bring that angle up still, keeping that same shape that we made earlier. Then I'm just going to take that blending brush with some of the bold shade and a little tiny bit of creamsicle and buff it out. And same thing for the other eye. I might take a little bit more of this Mod shade on the blending brush. Kind of add some more to that corner. Now we're going to be doing some inner corner highlight and some brow bone highlight. Eyeliner brush, same thing, the Jackie and Lauren collection that I have. And I'm going to use, I believe, let's take a moment to decide. I think I'm going to use the shade Faint, which is right here. And I'm just going to take that. I've been doing this recently where I just use it on the, instead of doing like the actual inner corner, I've just been taking a little bit on the bottom lash, just like the very beginning of my lash line. Just right here. And I just think it adds such a cool like dimension to the eye. I'm actually gonna bring this into the inner corner a little bit, but I like how that defines just that one point in my eye right there. I got a little bit of lash glue on the bottom lashes there. Okay. And again with the inner corner. And I think I'm actually going to use this shade Satin as well, which is like a white shade. Ooh, yes. And just brighten that up a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing for the brow bone. So just a hint of that. And then that's Satin shade, just a hint of that, and I'm just kind of blending it out with my finger. I don't want it to be like super intense. Same thing here. So this is the finished eye look. And I can already feel these lashes starting to come up in the corner, and I haven't even left my house yet. So they might get ripped off, honestly, before I leave. Trying to manage them, but it's really hard. Like, I just can't keep the inner corner of my lashes from like picking up, and I don't know why. It has to be the adhesive or something. So that's it for the eyes. I'm gonna use, oh, I forgot highlighter. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna use the e.l.f. Blush brush, and I'm just gonna use those same shades that we just used for the brow highlight. That's why I love this palette. It's so versatile. Like, you could honestly use some of the dark shadows as like bronzer or like contour shade, and then you can also use like the shimmery shadows as highlight. Such a nice highlight, and I just used the same eyeshadow palette, so it makes it nice and easy-ish. Lip Statement palette, and I'm not even going to use this stupid brush. I don't think, actually I think I kind of have to. But I'm just going to be taking these two shades right here and just kind of mixing them onto my lips. That's the finished look. Sorry, my hair is wet. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really had fun with this video. I just kind of like sat down and started filming, and I think that's when my videos come out the best. When I just kind of sit down and start when I feel like it, not forcing myself to. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, that's all. Thanks guys. Bye.